Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Rapid here, and I'm going to be doing a horror movie review tier list for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, let's get into it. This is one of my favorite film franchises because they all kind of hold up well together. So, let's get into it. Texas Chainsaw 2003 Remake. I'm pretty sure this was directed by Marcus Nispel, and I think Toby Hooper was a writer on it. This movie's really great with the old school Led Zeppelin vibes. The kills are great. I think it did 1974 justice. I think there's some little dumb, stupid shit that happens in the movie, but for the most part, it's a really solid movie. The scenes are great. Leatherface looks beautiful in this movie. It's just a really great horror movie. Put it S tier. So next up, we have Texas Chainsaw 3D. So this is kind of like a meme. It's grown on me over some time. I've really liked, the whole house and how she inherits this house and, like she gets this list and she didn't read the list and should have read the list and all their friends and the hitchhiker they picked up with the, it kind of leads back to the old school, Texas Chainsaw pitching up the hitchhiker, but instead of him killing himself, he's a thief, and then Leatherface destroys him. I think it's pretty cool. I think there's some stupid shit like Trey songs you can't really put. I mean, you can, but you can't really put hip hop artists in movies because they usually never turn out well. I didn't think it was a bad movie. I think it holds up for the most part. I like the story. I think there's some stupid shit. I forgot the line. What did she say? She said, "Get 'em, cuz," or something like that, and fucking throws on the chainsaw or some stupid shit like that. But it's a decent movie. I enjoy watching it. I would put this B tier. It's a pretty decent movie. Moving on to the OG. This is directed by Toby Hooper, and this is Gunnar Hansen. Um, he's one of the best fucking horror slasher villains ever to play a role. I think he played Leatherface to a T in this movie. I think this is the best movie that Leatherface has ever been played in. When you always hear about this movie, it's always, oh, it's so bloody and gruesome, but in reality, it's just more realism and grittiness. And I think they sat around for days with this rotted meat, fucking rotting, like decaying shit around them with bones and stuff, like for days rehearsing. Pretty sure I read that somewhere. It's really crazy because, Toby Hooper directed a movie for this. It was a really small movie and it was kind of like a horror movie that led up to, this big, huge horror movie that he has now. But anyways, yeah, the OG 1974, it's one of the best. You definitely got to put it at S tier. It's not really as rewatchable, but it's one of the best horror movies ever if you've never seen it. So, moving on to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Okay, so you have to either really like this movie or fucking hate it. I look at this movie as a pure comedy gold. He said he was trying to make a black comedy, but I felt like he made like a horror movie, like too, like um, but you have Chop Top in this movie, which is Leatherface's brother, and I think he's like from Vietnam, or he went to Vietnam. And he's got all these like silver plates in his head, and he like burns the coat hanger and scratches his scalp and then eats it. I think Bill Moseley played a fucking terrific role. That's one of the best roles ever. I mean, ever played like a top three for just like a horror movie like icon. Like this dude played one of the best characters ever. Just a creepy, weird, out of pocket character. But yeah, this movie was great. From the dad selling chili and winning these contests, and it's just human meat that he's serving all these people. It's just every little thing. And Leatherface, he has like kind of like an emotion about him. Kind of wants to be with this girl, doesn't like want to kill her because they were like talking about him on the radio station earlier, and they all showed up. And I mean, it's just a really good horror. You got to really watch this. I got to put this on S. Sorry, I'm not really giving good descriptive on the movies, just kind of showing a little bit why I love them, kind of just bouncing around from here and there. So we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre: New Beginnings. So this movie, I absolutely love this movie. It's a hit or miss for people. Um, it's about, these just two guys and their two girlfriends that were gonna, they were gonna go out, and they were going out to drop them off to like the army or whatever, and the guy Dean in the back burns his ticket up for the army, and these like bikers pull up on him trying to rob him, and then they crash the jeep, and then the cops there and fucking beats them all up, takes them to his house. It's a really good movie. Gives you a little bit of backstory on why the uncle, I think it's uncle, lost his legs, or the brother, whatever, lost his legs, and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, it's got some bad plot points here and there, but the kills are great. I think it's a really good horror movie. I love putting this on. It's a feel good horror. S tier again. I really, really enjoy this movie. It's my personal opinion, so don't get mad. Texas Chainsaw Next Generation. Oh my god, I don't even know where to start this movie. Matthew McConaughey plays a really good part in this movie, but besides him playing a role in this, Renee Zellweger is just so trash. I mean, so trash. I mean, Leatherface is like transvestite. It's all a bunch of weird bullshit in this movie. Don't even really want to go into it. Kind of the same thing with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. It's boring. Nothing really to the movie. The chainsaw's cool. That's it. Nothing really. Alright, so last one, Leatherface. I would say that this was a decent horror movie. Kind of made you guess. Once they escaped the institution, who was Leatherface, you thought it was the big dude, but it turns out to be this other dude. It's alright. It's got some good kills and stuff in there. I wouldn't say it's the best. It's alright. It holds its own, but it just doesn't really feel like a Texas Chainsaw film. So it's going to see, and if you wanted to know like where the new one would go, there would be like not even a tier for it. Like there's not even a tier. I won't rank the 22 Texas Chainsaw. It's so garbage. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Hope you liked. Enjoy.